Do you believe it is wise to show off your military might to a nation that possesses the deadliest weapons in the world? We are living in the 21st century, and apart from being immoral or intimidating, your country is rather old-fashioned. China boasts the most powerful military in the world, as well as undiscovered hidden weapons. The US still feels the impulse to intimidate China, though. Yet China has developed a means to halt it. In the video we'll be reviewing today, China created a top-secret weapon that has the United States on edge. The top scientists in China created a hypersonic ballistic missile, which will be discussed in this video, is the biggest threat to the United States. We shall also observe how the US will be neutralized as a threat by this new weapon. Even while technology is advancing and there are fewer odds of conflict, it would still be wrong to assume that nations don't require military might. There is still a need for armament that is powerful, hazardous, and potentially fatal. The question is, how did this come to be? And, although most nations do not seek out conflict, there are a few that actively pursue it. Regrettably, the nations with the most power are also the ones who actively seek out conflict. This puts pressure on states who don't desire war but nevertheless want to protect themselves from harm. Nonetheless, such nations still wish to avoid conflict. For defensive purposes alone, the employment of sophisticated weaponry and the establishment of a powerful military is required. For those countries that employ the rule of two strikes, in case you were unaware, we have also produced a video about this topic. You are free to investigate that further. Discussing a second strike plan, on the other hand, encourages a nation to attack straight away in the event that they have already been attacked. China employs a tactic quite similar to this as well. Since the day China was created, they have consistently adhered to this principle. They never start the conflict. But does that imply that China is powerless? Obviously not. Some of the most lethal weapons in the world, which can destroy a nation in a matter of seconds, are in China. A conflict may be ended simply by displaying these weapons, since no nation will dare to oppose them. In the recent years, there have been several headlines claiming that the US is endangering a number of nations. It is well known that the US does this. This has a rather horrible reputation, but the US doesn't seem to care. Even China has been threatened. The US is aware of how well defended China is. But the US possesses excellent weaponry as well. Also, the US is able to threaten other countries because to these weapons. Even though the US has been openly accused of abusing its position, nothing has been halted. China for the US. This circumstance poses a threat. China does not wish to engage in conflict with the US, which has the largest economy in the world. So how can China stop the US from posing a threat to China and from flaunting its military might in China's face? There is an easy solution. China must produce weapons that are invincible to all others. These weapons have to be one of a kind, and the whole process should be kept a secret with the zeal for protecting their nation and the want to shut the US up forever. China began producing weapons. The top experts in China have convened and are working on a weapon to terrorize the Americans. The world has never seen a ballistic missile like this one. It will transform all the missiles out there with its range, power, and strength. China finally launched the YJ-21, the first ultra-fast carrier-based anti-ship missile, after spending a long period developing it. Once it is stroked, any missile in the world may intercept it. It can destroy many ships at once with little resistance. The US lacks a reliable anti-hypersonic missile system. If China launches even one hypersonic missile, the United States will be unable to launch a successful response thanks to the incredible speed of the YJ-21. The defenses of the United States are not strong enough to stop it or change its direction. It seems to reason that you would be interested in learning additional specifics about the missile. Let's talk about some of the most important parts of it now. These hypersonic anti-ship missiles are nearly impossible to intercept because of their incredible speed. The missile is going to be used as an anti-ship missile, and its initial targets are going to be any hostile ships that are equipped with defenses. The missile's head is equipped with a double-cone design glider, which contributes to the weapon's ability to maneuver in hypersonic environments with ease. The missile's range is proportional to its power and enables it to navigate any terrain with relative ease while encountering relatively little resistance. The missile's range is greater than that of any other anti-ship missile, making it more mobile than any other missile currently in use. As a result, it doesn't employ any land-based or maritime radar. A space-based data network assists the missile. Satellites are therefore employed to track the target position, and this method is superior to all others. It provides pinpoint precision, allowing you to target any location. With the data-linked information, the satellites make constant adjustments to the trajectory of the missiles. The YJ-21 has a range that is larger than 1,000 kilometers. As a result of the fact that the hit area of this missile is less than 30 meters, there is an extremely little probability that the enemy will be spared. And soon after liftoff, as a direct consequence of this missile, the authorities in the United States were on edge. It was essential that China's missile fleet make use of a cold launch technique, as this helped China save fuel for its fleet. This missile is the epitome of perfection. In addition to being indestructible and immune to the damaging effects of its foes, it is reliable. The Chinese Navy will be unbeatable if its ships are able to carry multiple versions of these missiles at the same time. Also, China is working on the development of ships that are capable of transporting these missiles with ease. It is fair to say that China is making great strides in dramatically improving the capabilities of its fleet. Due to the fact that China is always improving, this will have an effect on the United States. The United States of America is engaging in increasingly brazen competition with China. Yet, whether it comes to chips or technology, the competition is productive. In spite of the dangers involved, it helps both countries continue to make progress. The United States of America also makes efforts to place limitations on China, yet it would appear that China is making progress in every area. At the present day, China also holds jurisdiction over the military. China is now in a position to acknowledge that it is not only capable of competing with the United States, but also of benefiting from them. The United States of America was displeased once the undetectable YJ-21 was completed, since it had been designed as a clandestine weapon. In order for there to be less tension, the United States of America needs to come up with something that is not only more powerful, but also more challenging. China has been working covertly on its armaments for a significant number of years. Technology has advanced to the point that it is now able to turn any concept into a working reality. Yet, because to its engagement in a variety of other problems, the United States would find this to be a very difficult proposition. Do you think that the United States of America will now once again demonstrate its armament in front of China? Will the United States also create weapons of a higher technological level? Do you think there will be an arms race between the two countries, or do you feel that the United States won't be able to create weapons that are more advanced than those produced by China? Share your thoughts in comments below. Also, watch these next videos.